We got Excalibur versus Raiden. It's Raiden, right? Not Raiden. Raiden's Mortal Kombat. Um, or the other way around. Whatever. I don't know anything about Warframe, so I'm gonna go with Raiden. He beat Wolverine, so maybe he'll pull out the win here.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Warframe.
Donors and attendees watching the Duvir
Tania.
Wiz, what are you doing in here? It's our day off.
Oh,
fuck?
just conducting some research. I've discovered a Tenno foundry in the process of crafting a new Warframe. I'm just about wrapped. What are you doing here?
Sometimes I have these horrible nightmares and I just wake up here in a cold sweat. I don't even think my car's in the parking lot. But what you're doing sounds way more interesting. So tell me, what Warframe's your favorite?
Oh, a scientist doesn't play favorites.
Oh, bullshit. Our job is the equivalent of banging action figures together. You've got to have a
Fair
favorite.
enough.
Fine, if I had to pick, I'd go with the very first Warframe ever created, the death-dealing techno-organic ninja Excalibur.
You mean he's a cyborg ninja? Like Raiden from Metal Gear?
I don't care about your stupid ketchup. Ketchup is gross.
True manliness is understanding that you need to
Okay, I
pay
care a little
attention
bit more
to your
about
stick.
this,
Dr.
but
Squatch
it's
is
still,
aluminum free,
I don't care.
natural origin, and comes in incredibly manly scents. So choose natural over synthetic. Dr. Squatch deodorant. Let your stick do the talking.
Yeah, we get it. You're using
What?
Megan Fox
No,
to sell
they're
stuff.
not technically cyborgs. More like superpowered biomechanical vessels that are unlike anything I've ever seen. Trust me, this is gonna get crazy, so spoilers ahead.
Yeah, just give me the lore already, Wiz.
You heard them. Spoilers ahead. Height 183 centimeters or 6 feet tall, centuries old, biologically a teenager, species Tenno. The first of almost 50 different warframes, probably more by now. Master of gun and blade, composed of organic ferrous exoflesh and hybridized internals. Okay.
Long ago in the Origin system, the Orokin Empire discovered the Void, an extra-dimensional spatial realm that allowed for travel across vast cosmic distances. However, when they sent the first colony ship through it, the Zeramin 10-0, the Void drove all the adults on board into an insane, murderous frenzy.
Huh, sounds like my first wedding reception.
Okay. The children, though, absorbed the Void's energies, imbuing them with the powers they needed to defend themselves against their mad parents and survive. When the Zeramin 10-0 emerged from the Void, the children were permanently changed. They had become the Tenno.
Well, I'm sure those traumatized little whippersnappers received only the best of care.
If
Yeah,
only.
sure.
Instead, the Tenno were taught to use their Void powers to control Warframes through a process called transference. But their abilities were so powerful that the Orokin grew to fear the Tenno and tried to have them destroyed. The Tenno were hidden from the Orokin and put into a deep sleep. That is, until one day, they were reawakened to defend a war-torn Origin system guided by their adoptive mother, the Lotus.
So they're basically sci-fi child soldiers.
Sort
Yeah.
of, though the
The Tenno were placed in stasis pods for centuries at a very young age. They controlled their warframes from the safety of their pods through transference.
Lotus does care deeply for her adopted children and has devoted her efforts to protecting as many Tenno as possible. There are almost 50 different Warframes currently out there, each with their own unique abilities and combat styles. But I think that the very first created, Excalibur, is the deadliest.
He's kinda reminded me of someone.
A master swordsman with his razor-sharp skana, Excalibur is an expert at racking up quick kills faster than the eye can track. He's unmatched in skill and precision with a blade, especially
Exalted Blade. Blade made of pure light, radial bind, radial javelin, bullet jump, aim glide, shields, and transference.
when augmented by his unique abilities, like Radial Blind, which releases a flash of light to incapacitate nearby foes, or Radial Javelin, which blasts out a wide burst of energy spears. But his greatest and most iconic is easily the Exalted Blade, a sword of light that can slice just about anything to
Those guys
pieces.
are fucked.
You don't get much cooler than that.
Huge-ass laser guns, Wiz. Huge-ass laser guns automatically make you cooler.
Funny you should
Fair
say
enough.
that. While individual warframes like Excalibur may specialize in certain fields, they all have access to an incredible suite of futuristic weaponry, like the Nucor, which can fire concentrated beams of
Over 500 different types of weapons, including the Scana, the Leto, the Glaive, the Glaxion, the Nucor, the Artemis Bow, the Dragon Nikana, the Lanka, the Ferex, the Tigris, the Braton, the Strophia, the Opticore, the Athodai, the Bubonico, the Falcor, the Quartak, the Cornith, the Kuba Chakor, and the Prisma Grinlock. They also have the Archwings.
microwaves, literally cooking you from the inside out, or the Glaxion, which halts molecular vibrations entirely, freezing you in place. There are guns that fire radioactive plasma, toxic barbs, or even acidic needles. He has, and I'm not exaggerating here, over 500 different named weapons.
Man, he sounds like a one-man army.
Oh, you think that's crazy? Excalibur can call down an Archwing, basically a futuristic space jetpack with missiles, force fields, and even the ability to fire miniature black holes.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty powerful.
While warframes usually battle alongside one another,
Can kill giant enemies like Lopthantis and Elyon. Block a beam of light with his blade. Can slingshot through the hulls of giant spaceships. Fast enough to run up walls. Defeated entire sentient Corpus, Grenier, and infested armies.
they have had the occasional head-to-head scrap, where they've exhibited the durability to survive even the most powerful attacks that other warframes have to dish out. For example, blasts of concentrated antimatter from the warframe Nova.
Sounds pretty unstoppable, but I think I have someone in mind that might put that to the test.
Okay, do you really want to talk about Raiden? Is that what this is?
Come on, Wiz. Child soldier, half-robot assassin, glorious Nippon steel. It's a perfect match. Raised from childhood to be a trained killer in the war-torn streets of Liberia by the future president of the United States, Jack never knew what it meant to control his own destiny, to live his own life. The only thing he knew was how to kill, and he proved it when he accomplished.
Height 178 centimeters or 5'10", age 35. Also known as Jack the Ripper, White Devil, Mr. Lightning Bolt, and Snake. Occupation, bodyguard, and mercenary. Likes Japanese swordsmanship.
Accomplished one of the greatest feats in video game history, surviving the absolute mindfuck that was Metal Gear Solid 2. Legions of angry fanboys be damned. Solid Snake was yesterday's news. This was Raiden. Birthday suit and all.
Too bad for him that a shadowy extra-governmental body known as the Patriots captured him and turned him into a cyborg for their own complicated purposes. Even after the Patriots' downfall, Raiden struggled to build a life that he could call his own, pulled between his sense of justice and his genuine ecstasy for war.
Dogs of the world, take a stand against bland. Let the Beneful revolution begin. Real meat and veggies.
Don't tell my dog what to do.
Flavor, jaw-dropping variety. Beneful, get boring in the bowl.
Stupid
With
ad.
Freedom Mobile plans, you can enjoy worry-free wireless almost anywhere.
Or I could skip.
Well, at least he's got to put his weed skills to work with the weapons he's pulled off the corpse. Well, at least he's got to put.
After obtaining a cyborg body, Raiden has mostly forgone his older weapons and firearms, but is still capable of using and accessing them.
His weed skills to work with the weapons he's pulled off the corpses of all the poor souls that dared mess with him. He's got dystopia, a magnetic
High frequency blade, Murasama, forged from a 16th century katana. Latrainer, dystopia, bloodlust, rocket launchers, claymores, grenades, frag, electromagnetic and red phosphorus, and various firearms and miscellaneous equipment.
side that pulls you towards your enemy, or l'étranger.
Wow, I think you actually said that right.
Which is a convertible
l'étranger.
stab/whip combination made of arms, plus rocket launchers, claymore mines.
Post-game items such as Snake's infinite ammo bandana have been directly referenced in story cutscenes, making them indisputably canon. Fun.
EMP grenades and all his stuff from MGS2. But nothing beats his high-frequency blade he inherited from Jetstream Sam, the Murasama.
I have to admit, the high-frequency blades are marvels. They vibrate at such high speeds that they can destabilize the physical structures of metals on contact, greatly increasing their cutting ability.
Yep,
It's
that's how he
basically
killed Wolverine.
robot kryptonite, if that makes sense.
Even with his original high-frequency blade, Raiden could cut through massive Metal Gears like tissue paper.
And of note, those Metal Gears were not made of ordinary steel, but carbon nanotubes, one of the strongest materials known to man. The bonds between carbon atoms are incredibly strong, which means that the tensile strength of carbon nanotubes is greater than even the toughest metals, like titanium. Using the high end of potential shear strengths, slicing clean through a building-sized Metal Gear ray would require an energy equivalent to, at most, 100 kilotons of TNT.
And the Murasama is red, which makes it even cuttier. How else would he have had a chance against our Lord and Savior, Senator Armstrong, and his nanomachines, son? Unlike those Beltway pansies, this hulked-out Ayn Rand can hit the ground so hard it splits lava. He was somehow a vastly more difficult boss than the stadium-sized Metal Gear Excelsis Raiden tore to shreds minutes earlier. Don't F with this, Senator.
That is, unless your nickname is Jack the Ripper.
Raiden spent years fighting
Superhuman speed and acrobatics, electricity manipulation, stealth mastery, cybernetic body can pinpoint weak points, blade mode slows his perception of time, and Ripper mode drastically boosts his speed and strength.
for justice and denying who he really was inside. And it took his battles with Desperado enforcement to finally realize it. He's a killer, plain and simple, and he lives to test his skills against others.
When he enters Ripper mode, any last shred of inhibition leaves his body, and
Ordinarily, Ripper mode has a strict time limit, but Raiden has used the mode for extended periods of time in the past, such as when fighting Monsoon.
his strength and skill skyrocket.
And that's exactly what Armstrong saw in Raiden. Living proof of his philosophy in action. Someone who pulled themselves out of hell with nothing but their determination to survive.
But Raiden did not see it that way.
Lifted in through Metal Gear Ray and Excalibur, moved fast enough to hop across missiles, withstood a punch that destroyed Metal Gear Excalibur, made multiple cuts while raindrops were frozen still, hey, like Dante. Defeated Solid as Snake, Winds of Destruction, Jetstream Sam, and Senator Armstrong, and survived the mindfuck that was Metal Gear Solid 2.
Just because he had to fight for survival doesn't mean the whole world had to. And it was only through an act of generosity from Raiden's slain rival, Sam, that he managed to win.
His sword may have been a tool of justice, not used in anger, but the Murasama wasn't that sword, and with it he ended Armstrong once and for all, and lived the rest of his life on his own terms. Look, I know we're just shooting the shit, but Raiden would definitely kick Excalibur's ass.
You've got to be
I don't know.
joking. Maybe I didn't sell it well enough with my spiel, but warframes like Excalibur are unbelievably powerful, on a whole other level from cyborg ninjas like Raiden.
Oh yeah? We're in the lab, we've got the research done. Prove it.
Okay, the Murasama is impressive, sure, but Excalibur's futuristic arsenal is hundreds of years more advanced and leagues more varied. Raiden would just be overwhelmed.
Excalibur may win in quantity, Wiz, but quality is what matters most. And considering his weapons are mostly made of metal, it won't be any trouble for Raiden to melt right through him with the Murasama, especially with how crazy fast he is. Raiden can run up walls and break dance with leggy, mooing robots attached to his feet. He can slice bullets out of the air and even boost his reactions with blade mode, where the entire world slows down to a near stop.
Well, sure, Metal Gear characters like Revolver Ocelot can shoot bolts of electricity out of the air with regular pistols, which is probably around hundreds of times faster than sound. I guess that counts as fast.
Oh, please, that's nothing! Raiden can increase his perception to the point that raindrops around him aren't even moving. That might not seem as crazy at first glance, but he's also able to swing his sword dozens of times, while time is almost stopped. By my calculations, that'd be about 11% the speed of light.
Oh, is this happening? Is this actually happening? You want a calc off, big guy? Then let's go. Excalibur can literally block a beam of light with his sword. Judging by the distance it moved relative to how far the light beam traveled, Excalibur had to have been swinging at 9% the speed of light.
Calc King dethroned. Look at me.
Come on, can we just get to this fight, guys? Fucking YouTube and its ads, man.
Hey, Carfox. I'm buying a used car. It looks good, but I have no clue if it's legit. Like, any accident?
Yep.
I'm the math boy now.
Look, speed is only part of the picture. Another Warframe, Atlas, was strong enough to smash apart a giant asteroid. Now, Excalibur may not be one-punching asteroids, but he's proven more than capable of wiping out entire platoons of elite soldiers.
But remember, Wiz, you said it yourself. Robot Kryptonite. All old Jack needs is one good swing of that Murasama, and Excalibur's getting sliced to pieces.
But
You
they're not
really
robots.
think your Warframe can take on a pure-blooded killer like Raiden?
Oh, you really think your cyborg ninja can take on a ghost soldier from the future?
Well, I guess we'll never know.
Forever a mystery.
No way to determine a winner.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh yeah, I could definitely go for a beer right now.
No, you idiot. Let's settle this the old-fashioned way.
Oh, yeah! It's time for a death battle!
Of course.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by
Action and
Yeah, we know. It's
more
sponsored
than
by
Discovery
Warframe.
Lane.
Exciting forms
Be collecting game.
item you need build.
Here we go.
Doctor, are you seeing this?
Tenno, an enemy is ahead, and that foundry is crafting a warframe.
Yeah, you didn't think it would be that easy.
Straight to the point. Metal freaks like you usually got a monologue first.
Awesome.
Sword, it's weakening yours.
Yeah, of course.
Infinite ammo.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm in. Mr. Raiden, sir. Or can I call you Jack?
Boomstick,
Big
what the
fan.
fuck?
I'm busy here!
Wait, just listen. He'll never expect your secret weapon.
Fuck you talking? Oh my god.
All right, listen. He's definitely hiding in the cardboard box.
Get out of here!
Hey, you guys can't help. It's cheating.
Doctor, it's time to let her rip!
Oh. Jack the Ripper is here to play.
This is why I fight! Survival of the fittest! The rules of nature!
Oh, is he gonna kill him?
My child, you're not done yet. I'm searching your warframe's power systems.
Oh. That's right. Excalibur's there. He's not gonna win.
Excellent work, Tenno. Now for the foundry. Oh, it's finished.
KO! Chalk one up for the Calc King. The Math Boy is back.
Oh, infinite ammo, Wiz. He had infinite ammo!
Sure, and yes, that is 100% indisputably canon, but there was a lot more going on here that eventually gave Excalibur the win.
I guess so. Both were super skilled swordsmen and ninja, and their speeds were almost even, so the fight was ultimately gonna come down to whose tech was better. And I've gotta say, it looks like Excalibur just had a lot more to pull from.
Warframes have access to an absolutely absurd amount of varied weapons. Despite Raiden's unique armaments, they were never going to stack up in sheer quantity. And consider specific guns like Glaxian, which can halt molecular movement, a direct counter to Raiden's high-frequency blade. While Excalibur may not always be carrying it, every Warframe is proficient with each of their over 500 weapons.
One blast of that, and Raiden might as well be working with a regular slab of steel. Excalibur was way stronger too. Sure, Raiden could cut through giant Metal Gear rays made of carbon nanotubes, generating up to 100 kilotons of TNT.
But not as much as Excalibur.
There's so much data. We'll be building models all night.
Nope. I'm using Sasphiah to build models and make decisions. We're done.
So you don't want these 15 pizzas?
Nobody said that.
The pizzas stay. This is their home now.
From data to ta-da, Sasphiah.
Commercials nowadays,
In hockey, your number is everything. But in the fight...
Another Warframe, Atlas, was strong enough to smash apart a giant asteroid, meaning it would have to be at least 6 kilometers across, just like the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs. Now, Atlas did not completely halt its kinetic energy. By exploiting fissures within the asteroid, he was able to pulverize it to dust.
That means his punch had to hit with an energy of at least 46 gigatons of TNT. Sure, in canon, Atlas is stronger than Excalibur, but they fought and defeated similar enemies, so Excalibur would naturally have to be somewhere in Atlas's ballpark. Even if Excalibur only possessed 1% of Atlas's strength, he'd still be nearly 4,000 times stronger than Raiden. That's pretty consistent with the energy output of Nova's antimatter blast too. Warframes are just that tough.
Furthermore, even with the high-frequency blade's unique vibrating ability, it cannot cut through everything. Raiden's original blade actually shattered against Armstrong's super hard skin, and required the stronger Murasama to finish the job. Against a foe vastly more durable than anyone Raiden's ever faced, it's unlikely the Murasama would score a kill in time.
Even if Raiden got enough hits in to break Excalibur's shields and eventually land a fatal blow, the Tenno operator piloting would still survive unharmed.
Raiden put up a valiant effort, but Excalibur's absurd arsenal, impressive durability, and raw power put an end to the silver-haired swordsman.
Excalibur had the metal and the gear to make Jack R.I.P.
The winner is Excalibur. Told you so.